There are a lot of bands out there and that play this kind of music. I think they are one of the better ones. Absolutely. I listen to their stuff and I really like it. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me for another reaction video. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and then you'll get alerts as soon as these go live. Looking at something a little different, well, actually something a little more familiar for me, probably a little different for a lot of you guys, is a band called Alazka and a song called Live in Hell. Now, I'm familiar with the group and some of their older stuff, and they have quite a few songs that I'm actually quite a big fan of, but I haven't heard them for a long time. Or haven't heard anything recent, and I think this came out in February this year, so very keen to just have a look into them and see if they've changed, what they've changed. It's kind of within their core genre. There's heavier elements, there's some melody to it. That's kind of what I know from them, power guitar riffs. So let's see what they got, and let's see what Alazka with Live in Hell is bringing to the table. Hang on. Warning, this video may potentially contain triggers for those with photosensitive epilepsy. Oh, okay, so huge thing. These messages are never on the screen for long enough, so I'm giving everyone an opportunity to opt out if they need to there, but yeah, good thing we got the warning up front. Yeah, that's smart. They came in quite powerfully with the guitar that you had, kind of in that lead piece, that that came in more pronounced when the second kick happened, and there's two kicks to this. So the first one is when the band comes in and you hear there is a very good use of different tonal guitar elements. So you've got the guitar, which is a lot of the top end is not there, but it's still got that power. It's got enough mid-range for it to sound like it's not missing anything. But then when the other guitar kicks in, or when the wall of guitars, people talk about a wall of guitars, it's like they want it to be super full without any gaps, and that kind of creates the top part of that. So I like that. Okay, they do this quite often, and they're quite good at it. Is he's got a super brutal scream. It sounds painful. It sounds kind of raw, and they do this quite often where they, from what I know of them, where they pull back on the instrumentation and they allow his brutal vocals that you would ordinarily say should be accompanied by something else aggressive. So fast guitar riff, and you're starting to hear it coming now. But they pull all that back and they kind of let him do that, which it makes it emphasizes how brutal it is, and actually adds more to that, because there's nothing else that's kind of providing the mid ground. There's some lead work happening, and there's some building up of the drums, there's a bit of bass, but it's all very, very low level, and he's kind of just belting out those screams, so it makes you really draw into the brutality of it. I like it. It just sounds like he's screaming a bit further back from the mic. It sounds bigger. Still got that lead piece going. Just a quick shout out to how tight that guy's snare drum is. My word. It's cool. So he's layering his vocals there with a sing scream, which is where he's at certain parts in the melody he's torturing his chords a little to get that scream and cry out, and then he's got like a layer of just screaming. That's what it sounds like, at least, and it's kind of a unique thing that he does. Not unique in the sense of no one else does it. It's something he's been doing for a long time. Very cool.
I've been telling lies, telling lies, blurring the truth. The price I have paid for my actions was know that I lost every lifeline, breaking the promise of a lifetime. Throw me off track, from away to hell and back. No making up to you and to see myself from the unforgiving eyes of someone else. On the warning signs, washed away in time.
Has he got tape under his cymbals?
And to see myself from the unforgiving eyes of someone else. On the warning signs, washed
Yeah.
away in time.
So calm now. Sounds a bit like kind of deep sea radar blip kind of stuff.
In the end, my composure collapses.
Have a listen to the drum beat he's playing there. What I like about this is he doesn't have a traditional setup. He's got one less tom. He's got his floor tom. He's got one tom in the middle instead of the two, and he's still got quite a nice pattern to that. This is a very common beat that people use in bridges and build-ups, but it's still quite nice even though he's using a limited kit. Strings underneath there as well. Oh, okay. Hard time that, man. There's some nice guitar work going on there. There's like it's got a bit of a delay on that as well. I like that. It's just adding like more layers to that, creating. It looks like there's only the one guitarist, so this would have been a layered effect for sure. Still very cool. Nice sound behind what he's doing, which is again that like continued brutality. It's something that is a constant theme of theirs, so it is familiar to me. I like it. Interesting to have the lyrics up there. I think it's quite cool. I like the scream. Yeah, you had to end the song like that, especially that one. Yeah, I thought in terms of structure and everything, it didn't do anything. When I say remarkable, it stuck to the guidelines of what you'd expect, but they did it really well. There are a lot of bands out there and that play this kind of music. I think they are one of the better ones. Absolutely. I listen to their stuff and I really like it. This was less melodic and more brutal than some of the stuff that I know previously. So it's interesting to see. I mean, there was definitely melody. There was definitely a hook in there, and I liked it. But yeah, it was interesting. At the moment you see a lot of bands kind of softening their sound, becoming more palatable for new listeners. This seems to have done a little bit of the opposite. It's hard to explain. There was still a melody there, and there was still a nice rhythm and pattern to it, but it was quite brutal for what the genre is, and I really like that. I thought it was a good song. Yeah, Alaska, Living Hell. Yeah, I'm a fan. Hope you liked that one. I hope it was something new for you guys. And once again, as always, I truly appreciate you supporting, watching, commenting, criticizing, whatever. I'm glad to have you here. This kind of reaction community that we're building is something special, and I'm so glad to have you as part of that journey. Yeah, if you want to put a recommendation for another song in, again, best place to do that is either in the comments thread of one of the reactions, but there's so many comments there that sometimes I'm not able to see it. Otherwise, hit me up on Twitter. I'll put my handle there quickly again, and yeah, get me on Twitter, and if you can, provide me with a link so I use the right version. Otherwise, yeah, super grateful for you spending time with me. So until the next one, be safe, be nice to each other, and have a good day.